Earlier in January 2025, the Maine Department of Transportation chose a new operator for the currently dormant Rockland Branch. Last used in June 2024, the line may see new life as a freight and tourist railroad, somewhat similar to what previous operator Midcoast Railservice tried to do before the biggest freight customer on the line closed down. For those that don't know, the Rockland Branch is a former Maine Central line running from Brunswick, Maine north to Rockland and is currently owned by the Maine Department of Transportation. Until recently, the line served a large cement plant, a fertilizer company, a steel distributor, and a lobster bait company. The track has seen a number of operators over the past decade, including Maine Eastern, who provided both freight and popular excursion services on the track, but they lost the lease that expired at the end of 2015. Following them, the Central Maine and Quebec took over, but they only provided freight service. CMQ was later purchased by the Canadian Pacific, who operated the line, but being a large Class 1, was not seemingly interested in operating this disconnected branch line that wasn't attached to the rest of their system. In summer 2022, they were relieved of their duties when Finger Lakes Railroad took over operations as Midcoast Railservice. They had big plans of running Bud RDC excursions and passenger service connecting with Amtrak in Brunswick, in addition to freight service. During their tenure, freight service seemed prosperous, serving the growing cement business and continuing to serve the fertilizer company. They were also able to start serving a steel distributor and bait customer while really growing the outbound cement traffic. Unfortunately, both the excursion and freight side of the business had issues. The Bud RDC lease for this service experienced mechanical issues and was also reportedly sold out from under them, leaving them without any passenger equipment on the property. The second RDC leased for this service never even made it to Maine. As for the freight, Midcoast took a massive hit when the cement plant decided to close their doors, in turn eliminating most of the freight on the line. Without the regular cement traffic, the smaller customers of the line turned to other means of getting their products shipped. Now nothing runs on the line today. Not long after Midcoast pulled out of Maine, the Department of Transportation put out a request for proposals for a new operator. They were looking for both freight and passenger operators. They also were looking for a railroad to host Amtrak operations on the branch. Quoting the RFP, Maine DOT is seeking proposals from operators who are interested in serving as host railroad for a proposed Amtrak pilot service over the Rockland Branch. The final Amtrak schedule is subject to change, but the current proposed Amtrak 2-year pilot service includes the following trip schedules. Between Brunswick and Bath 2 times daily, Monday through Friday, year-round to serve Bath Ironworks. Seasonal, May to October, 2 to 3 times per day, Thursday through Sunday between Brunswick and Rockland. Seeing this, it shows Maine still has Amtrak on their minds, even if it isn't going to be running in the immediate future. Now in January 2025, Maine DOT has picked a new operator, Maine Switching Services. Maine Switching Services, MSS for short, already operates in Maine switching freight and working closely with Tourist Railroad Belfast and Moosehead Lake. MSS plans to reactivate freight service on the line in the spring, with excursion trains running by the fall. This will reopen the line and keep the track preserved for future use, like Amtrak's Downeaster extension, if or when it happens. Unfortunately, MSS's current proposal reportedly doesn't include hosting Amtrak, but we'll see what develops in the future. It should be noted that Rockland has some interesting and historic rail facilities. This includes the freight yard, a turntable, and a roundhouse. This gives MSS a location to work on equipment as well as a place to turn locomotives and rolling stock. The passenger station is also nearby and currently is occupied by a restaurant. Here's a view of the structure during my visit in summer 2022. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for future updates when trains return to this line.